anyway, it's time to get into some basketball here.
Hey, this season's been underway, Leel.
The season has been underway. I know there's a lot of sports going on, and basketball came through. But Kenny C, real quickly, I want to talk with you about the battle.
Let's get it going,
of the
baby.
point guards that took place last night as Kyrie Irving went toe-to-toe, or shall I say, Ja Morant went toe-to-toe with the great Kyrie Irving. And it was nothing short of spectacular as the Grizzlies did defeat the Nets 134-133. Based on the Nets' 3 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it finally time to call Kyrie Irving a leader?
Hey, Lil, you look at the way that this man has brought the swagger to Brooklyn. I mean, 50 points in his home game debut.
Yes, sir.
He's been running the floor outstanding for the Nets. The problem for me is it doesn't look like he has a lot of help because, like you mentioned before the show, his assists aren't really there. His points are there, but he doesn't have too much help. So I think he's definitely the leader of this team. And not having KD there is huge. Because imagine that. Look at the way Kyrie's playing right now. Imagine KD was in that mix.
Yes, sir.
But I think he's got something good with Brooklyn. He's got 2 overtime games in the season alone already.
I mean, you see, so I would say this. I'm in a mix right now. I am very excited, but at the same time, I do have concerns. I'm excited because Kyrie Irving is putting up numbers. And numbers are the most staggering things that pop out, right? 37 points in his last game. Had 26 against the Knicks. And I was at that Knicks game. And that game was awesome.
That must have been awesome, man.
That was awesome. To see Kyrie Irving and his handles. He
step
did
back
one
at
move.
the end, man.
That step back at the end, I got it on camera. I posted it on my Instagram.
RJ, you can't give him that much space.
I mean,
oh, my man.
Kyrie Irving is box office. And he brings people to the game, and he's very fun to watch in person, right? Like I said, 50, 26, 37. He's doing it all offensively.
He's balling.
However, I just know that the Nets offense, before Kyrie Irving came, D'Lo was there.
Yeah.
And because D'Lo wasn't a star, he became an all-star,
exactly.
But it was in the East, so he had a little room.
The chemistry was more there.
The chemistry was more there. Now, what I noticed with the Nets and my observation, because I watched all 3 Nets games so far, is that Kyrie Irving, at times, is doing his thing offensively, and guys are sitting back there. And I feel like the Nets are going to depend too much on Kyrie Irving.
Yes.
And I don't want them to do that. That's my
agree.
only concern. I want the Nets to be able to play ball as a collective group. Yeah, Kyrie Irving, because of his style of play, there's going to be times where he's on the island by himself, and he's going to make dudes miss and get to the basket.
You saw with the Celtics.
And cut shots, right? But at the same time,
you got to spread it.
You got to spread it out, and they have to play better defensively.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not liking what I'm seeing from the Nets defensively. They lost a high-scoring game last night, right? That 3-point play shouldn't have happened.
They lost another.
They lost to the Timberwolves. All right, 127, 126 in overtime. Now they beat the Knicks. Defensively, they got to step it up if they want any shot of competing in the East. Offensively, they're better than me offensively than they were last year. Because the points per game right now, they're averaging. They're better offensively. That's not the problem. But they got to play more collectively, and defensively, they got to step it up. You see Ja Morant.
You can't play one-way basketball.
Exactly. And you see Ja Morant. The reason why they won this game is not because Ja Morant put up 30 points. 9 assists to go with that. The brother, they call him a point guard for a reason. He takes pride in getting guys involved. So he looked impressive driving to the basket, getting guys their shots, and making his shots as well. Getting to the basket, getting to the ball hard. He had 7 points in the fourth quarter. When he sat out early in that fourth quarter, the Nets were pulling away. When he came back, they narrowed the gap and eventually won in overtime. And when he, that Jay Crowder pass, don't forget.
That was a dime.
Ja Morant passed the ball to Jay Carter for him to make that 3-pointer.
Deep 3, by the way.
A deep 3, exactly.
That was a hell of a play all around.
So, Morant is more of the getting other guys involved. And the Grizzlies are a young team that I'm liking. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. I'm not going to call them a playoff team.
Yeah.
But they are a young team that can surprise people and get a game like this here and there. But Kyrie, go ahead.
Real quick, speaking of a team that's not looking like a playoff team, they still got their first win tonight, Lil. The New York Knicks, baby.
Yes, sir.
They beat the Bulls 105-98.
And you know what?
For the first win.
I'm glad you brought up the Knicks because I want to give the Knicks,
a little look at
right here. what I noticed from the Knicks, the first game they went against the Spurs, they should have won that game. They were up in that game. They lost that game. All right, cool. I was at the Nets and Knicks game, but from my observation, they were losing. They were losing like around, I believe they were down about 17. And now with the gap, R.J. Barrett
16, 17,
had a good game, had like 26 points.
He brought him back.
And one thing I would say is R.J. Barrett is not the most staggering guy. He plays a simple basketball game. He's not electric like John Morant. He's not wow, movie theater popcorn like Zion.
Mm-hmm.
He just plays the game the right way.
And that's what he did at Duke too.
You know, exactly.
He's a fundamental player.
He's a fundamental player. Exactly. He's a fundamental player who is not going to wow you, and I think that may cause him not to win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
And though Zion going into the season was my Rookie of the Year, but I changed before the season started because of the injury. 6 to 8 weeks, brother. John Morant, I got to go with him. It's simply because John Morant is more fun to watch, and a lot of guys may penalize R.J. Barrett for not being the most glamorous thing that's popping out. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the Knicks have a young team. Obviously not going to win anytime soon, but I can see in the future they can get it together, hopefully. R.J. Barrett, I like his potential. He's played good. He played good in that Nets game, you know. And, you know, I just think they're a few pieces away. They need a star, and I think MSG is made for stars, and hopefully they get one once they see them competing, because that's all it takes. It took the Nets for them to be like, all right.
Quite a few seasons.
You know what I'm saying? Quite a few seasons. They overachieved. They showed that they could get to the playoffs without a star, play together. And guess what? The next year, they got a free agent. Same thing with the Clippers. We made the playoffs. We wasn't supposed to make the playoffs. We gave the Warriors a run for the Warriors money, taking them to 6 games with the team that we had. Okay, Kawhi, Paul George, we're going to bypass the Lakers, go to the Clippers. So if the Knicks could do something like that.
Exactly. And look at the Knicks, you know, their roster as of the past couple seasons. They got a lot of young guys in this team. Mitchell Robinson, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, Kevin Knox, Dennis Smith Jr., who didn't play tonight. You added Marcus Morris. They got a good thing going.
That's what I'm saying.
You have a lot of young guys.
Wayne Ellington against the Nets brought them back.
Yeah.
With them 3-pointers. And I just wish they give Wayne Ellington a little bit more burn. Simply because he's a knockdown 3-point shooter. And he literally brought them back in that game against the Nets. Throw him in there a little bit.
Possibly
get him
one of the only knockdown 3-point shooters they have.
Exactly. Literally.
So I agree.
So in this game against the Bulls, the Knicks won 105-98. We had Mitchell Robinson putting up 10 points. R.J. Barrett, 19 points. 5 assists to go with that. Julius Randle, 13 points.
Bobby Portis balled off the bench.
Yes, sir. 14 rebounds for Julius Randle. So, you know, he's getting it done. Rebounds. Actually, 15 rebounds for R.J. Barrett. So he had an all-around complete game in this one.
Solid game.
You know, solid game. So, you know, Bobby Portis, 28 points, like you alluded to.
Off the
Double-double.
bench.
11 points. So, if they can play hard like this and play together, they don't got the stars, but maybe they can attract somebody in the future, hopefully.
Yeah.
And for the Nets, they got to play better defensively.
By one. Irving, step back 3. Oh!